Hey, it's Emma, your fellow Gen Xer, and welcome to RLS. In this breakout session, I'm going to teach you all about Instagram and how we can do Young Life ministry through that. Over the past couple years, I've learned a couple tips and tricks that will allow you to engage with your students, increase followers, and just overall have a better appeal to your feed. So I have a PowerPoint for us. So Instagram help, that's why you're here. A little bit about me, like I said, my name is Emma. I'm currently the team lead at East Peoria Community High School. I've been a leader there for 5 years. It's been wonderful. I have a group of senior girls that I adore. I just graduated in May with a degree in marketing with a concentration in social media from Bradley. So kind of crazy that you can get a degree now in social media, but these are the times. And when I'm not leading, I run a social media channel for a jewelry store here in Peoria. So why Instagram? It's a really engaging platform with all the tools that they have of stories, and you can post photos and videos, and it's a great way to be connecting with folks. 72% of teens are using Instagram and 51% of teens are using Facebook. So when you look at, okay, where is our target demographic of teens at? It's primarily on Instagram, and you can have a little bit on Facebook, but we're shooting for Instagram. Now, wildlife, I would also use Facebook as well, just due to parent involvement and wanting some information. So the goal of this is not to completely erase your old Instagram accounts, but just to improve and add on to what you've had before. So I have an account. What do I do next? How can I help improve it? Again, knowing your target audience, knowing who your students are, knowing the verbiage that they use, the inside jokes at club, knowing your city really well, that is super helpful. So for East Peoria, our teens are on Instagram a lot, so that is why we use it so heavily. Who will help run my account? So if you have high school students that you are trying to target, you should have a high school student inputting what's on your account. It should be a collaborative investment in your account that you should have maybe some juniors and seniors maybe help make Instagram stories or help come up with some clever contact work ideas for it, or maybe some graphics. It allows them to feel like they have investment in your club, and it allows you to have some creativity and youthfulness in it. Who can we ask for help? All of your leaders. Your Instagram account is not a personal one. It should be represented by your whole club. So any leaders that you have that want to make an investment in that, you should ask them. And then the next thing to really look at is like, what is my brand image? How is our account looking young life? How are we sticking to what it looks like in club and campaigners and contact work? So these are just some tips when you look at your page that have kind of helped me along the years. Using common hashtags that some of our students can use that hashtag as well when they're talking about club. It's a really easy way to look at it each week. Tagging students in photos. Students love to feel seen and heard, and it's a great way to get them involved in that regard. Take advantage of stories and highlights. So your Instagram story is something that goes up. It's only up for 24 hours. So it's great if you're trying to remind kids about club, about a contact work thing, maybe about an upcoming banquet. And then those highlights are archived so that you can go back and look at old Instagram stories and view them along the way. And I'll be able to show you guys examples of these as we go. Use your Instagram bio really well. You should be able to have the club information or your website on there or a link tree, but you really want to take advantage of the bio on your feed. Like I said, Linktree can be your best friend. It is a website that can have multiple different tabs and websites in there. And then Canva, which is what I'm using right now, is great for graphics for anything on your feed. It just looks really clean. Brand image. So I talked about it a little bit earlier, but how is our feed sticking to that brand image? So I picked 3 very Young Life things. On the far left is the Young Life National account. So you can see they're on brand with some of the Young Life logos, and they have a great job of having some students on there, some leaders. It just looks very welcoming and warm, very much like a Young Life camp or a Young Life club. In the middle is LaCroix. They have their color scheme is very on brand. It's aesthetically pleasing. They have a great mixture of videos and boomerangs and multiple photos. On the far right side is Patagonia. And again, they have a great job of using multiple photos and videos. They're not pushing any product down your throat, right? They're not just asking you all the time, can we go to club? They're wanting to know, they're wanting to be connected with you. So it has very engaging, what their content is putting out, their captions. It's very warm and welcoming. And again, they use some graphics, they use some photos in there as well. Understanding the do's, right? What should we be posting? What should that look like? So the first off is engaging with kids. I like to think of Instagram as just an extension of who we are as a club. And who we are as Young Life is super relational. So our Instagram should mirror that. And when a student follows you, follow them back. There is no reason that you should be following more people than are following you. It's a simple way for students to feel seen as soon as they follow you, to follow them back. Take 5 minutes and scroll through your feed of people that you're following. Like photos and comment on the ones that pertain to you. If somebody posted a picture at the basketball game and you were there, comment and say, it was so great to see you, or hey, great job making that shot, or have a great weekend. Like the photos that are appropriate, that you would feel comfortable liking. What to post. Post pictures of students. They love it when they get tagged and when they feel like they're on the account, and they feel super special and seen in that. Take advantage of the stories and the highlights. It's something that students can repost. If you're tagging them in that, they can also repost that. And that 3-to-1 ratio of posting. So this means that for every third photo, it should be a picture of leaders and kids together. We really want that feed to look and feel like club, for kids to feel known, for them to recognize our feed. Communication. Be quick to respond to DMs and comments. Be on brand with the Young Life image. We talked a little bit about that on the previous slide. And just be professional. That this can be fun and whimsical like our club is, but you also have to remember that this is under the Young Life brand, that we would be professional at club or camp, so we should also be the same for social media. Understanding the don'ts. Your account should not look like a personal one. You should try and stay away from selfies of just one leader, of just vlogging of just one leader. Don't post church memes or TikToks. That is just not on brand with who we are. We wouldn't be doing that at club, so let's try and stay away from that on Instagram. Don't just post one leader. It should be a cumulative account. Kids should feel like they can see themselves and see their leader on that account. You also should stay away from asking students what they want to do for the upcoming week. You should have a plan as a leadership team. Don't make a poll and say, what do you want to do for club? Come up with that as a leadership team, and you can ask and put a poll out for maybe a contact work, a hangout opportunity, but lead in that. Don't just post graphics. Don't just post graphics for club or events. I think that is the biggest hardship with some of the Young Life accounts, is that it's really easy just to keep promoting club on Mondays with those graphics. But we are more than just club, right? We have many more facets as Young Life, so it should be cohesive on your Instagram. So you should be promoting campaigners and club and your contact work and camp. All of it should be very equal. and your Instagram is just made for more than your Monday nights. So you should be frequently posting, not just on a Sunday to remind them to come on Monday. It should feel relational and intentional, which is who we are as leaders. So if you are in a group right now, I think this is a great way for you to maybe look through your own Instagram feed, look at other Instagrams, and see if you can start seeing any patterns or things that you'd want improvement on. These are just some things to critically look at. What does the overall feel? What are the graphics like? Do they use photos? Were there stories? Were their captions engaging or a call to action? Do they invite kids into something with that caption? Was it nice to look at? Was it not an eyesore? Did they utilize all the tools possible? Did they utilize the highlight capabilities? What was in the bio? Are they tagging kids in the photos? What's the ratio of followers? I think that's a big indicator of if you need to go back and pursue some kids by following them. Does it fully represent who we are as Young Life? Do they post more than just club? Are the 4 C's evident? Can you identify the different leaders? Is it not just one leader centric? And then can this page be an extension of us online? Does it feel, when you look at it, does it feel like how club would feel? So now's the time to pause if you're with a group, but if not, we're going to keep going. So I'm going to show you some of my favorites or just some examples to look at. So this is one, and when I talk about the highlight function, it's right here, these little bubbles on the bottom. So they did a great job of posting some of their club talks, some of the recaps, and you can just go through and you can see all the stories. It's just a great way to connect with kids on another level. So they have some selfies. We have an IGTV, which is awesome. They use a couple different graphics. They've got some pictures with some kids. Looks like they've done some contact work, just hanging out, being very COVID friendly. Got some of the Young Life on brand stuff. I would say probably not the most aesthetically pleasing, but they did a great job of being really well-rounded with who we are as Young Life. And then this one, they use a lot of graphics. Their graphics are beautiful. They used them off of Canva, very simple to make. Looks like they promoted some Zoom and cookie decorating. They have some small groups that they talked about, some campaigners, which is awesome. They did some contact work, so they're very well-rounded. But there's a minimal amount of pictures with kids, and that's something that we're so relational as a ministry. So, and this one, they did a great job of having that 3-to-1 ratio. So they have some nice graphics, but photos of kids. They did multiple pictures on here for kids to feel really seen. The color scheme is a lot better. And then they also utilized their bio to have like a link in it. I'm going to talk a little bit about a link tree. What does this look like? So this is my account, and this is the link tree. So this gives you multiple different options to post in one, so that's easy for kids to access. So we have a Giving Tuesday, a club card, and we went to Clearwater Cove, so there's some pictures available, and then just some fun quizzes for our students to do. So this is Canva, the graphics that I was talking about. It's a very simple and free site for you to use. You can share with other leaders, so you can collab on it. So how can we engage kids? I just thought these are some creative things that have worked well for Instagram in the past for us as East Peoria. So the Senior Sunday, which are the graphics, the top one, this was something that we did last semester and kept it through this year, where we would just highlight a senior on a Sunday. And it sounds super simple, but it meant the world to the seniors. So we would have on the far left, this would be the first graphic that we posted, just letting the kids know this is coming next, and then a picture of Krista. And then as we had a poll for just the leadership team of what have you seen in Krista through Young Life, and we came up with 4 words for her. And then the next slide, we actually did like a Instagram question of like, what do you like most about Krista, or like how has she made an impact on you? And then kids would write in, and we would tag Krista in all of these so that she would know and feel loved and feel seen. And it was something to look forward to for kids of what senior is coming next, who can we see, who can we celebrate. And they already, that middle picture of Krista, that was her senior photo. A lot of the seniors already get their photos taken. So it just shows that we're paying attention, that we're seeing them, that we're involved. The RAV4 raffle is something that we've been doing this semester, where both of our leaders have, 2 of our leaders have a RAV4. So we've decked out the back of it with some Young Life swag, and we raffle it off, and we drive to their house and have music bumping, and they get to feel celebrated and seen by their leaders from a very safe standpoint. Scott does bedtime stories about once a month, where he on Instagram on the story will read a bedtime story to them at 10 o'clock at night. Just check in. He's live, so people can comment in, and he just reads to them. It's a great way for kids to feel still connected with their leaders. We do some breakfast drop-offs, some snack drop-offs. We do leader takeovers, where a leader will take over the Instagram for a whole day, and the kids decide what they get to do. If they should eat eggs or sardines for breakfast, if they should go on a 1 mile or 5 mile run. And one of our leaders, Sam, he actually dyed his hair because students requested it. So just a fun way, again, for kids to still feel like they're relational with their leaders. We did a couple BuzzFeed quizzes that I can show you how to use. We did some this or that Young Life editions, a photo scavenger hunt, again, some snack drop-offs, a day in the life where a leader would vlog what they're doing that day and allow for questions and for kids to feel connected. I did it. I woke up. They got to be a part of my devotional. I took them then to work at the jewelry store. I then went golfing with them. They ate dinner with me. Just some fun ways for them to still feel like they're engaged. Deb taught them how to make cookies one night, and then we did carpool karaoke, where we would pick up a student individually, sing and vlog with them in the car. So let me just show you a little bit about the BuzzFeed quiz. This is easy and free to do. You can come up with whatever quiz you want. We just did what Young Life Leader are you? So there's multiple different questions that they can pick and relate to. This is, again, the RAV4 raffle that we talked about, a decked out car. And we utilized the highlight reel. This is a this or that. That was easy because kids can repost it. So we did a Young Life edition, and this is them reposting it. We did a photo scavenger hunt. And all this is available for you to look at. So just some fun ways for kids to feel connected and loved. And again, this is Canva that I was talking about. So a healthy social media page is just something that takes time. It took time for us to grow followers and engagement, and for kids to feel like they were excited about the account. Just be persistent and consistent with it. It should look like all 4 C's of Young Life. You should have campaigners and camp and club and contact work all readily available for kids. And this is just another way for us to have relationships with students. This isn't a substitution for anything that we're doing in person. We still need to do in-person contact work. This is a way for us to just have a little bit extra face time with students and have fun with it. This should just show your creative and goofy side. Young Life leaders are so creative when it comes to meeting kids. So I would just encourage you, lean on your team in that they have so many great ideas for you to look at. If you have any questions, reach out to me through my email, or you can follow us on Instagram. You can DM us through that. But thanks so much for stopping in, and have a great rest of your day.